Giving all honor, glory, and praises to Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Rekah Kodash. Double honor to the man of great millstone that is out there on the highway and byway pushing the truth day in and day out. Also pushing the truth of the worldwide internet, reaching the elect to pull them out of a two-thirds state of mind so that we can be beamed up on those chair of salvation to live in the kingdom under King David. When Supreme King Yahweh Shai, which he has the title of command and authority and rulership over heaven and earth. Those titles has been given to Yahweh Shai by his father Yahweh. Also, I'm not a member of GMS, but I believe GMS has the 100% truth of the Bible. To the Akim and Akra, which are the men and women that listen and learn and continue to pray for more faith, repent and fast, and keep the laws and commandments to the best of your ability, as it states in John 14:15. If you love me, keep my commandment. Also, Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear Yahweh and keep his commandment, for this is the whole duty of man. I ran across this video through my feed. It said bank crash in China. You can pronounce that yourself. Commercial building company went bankrupt. At least 40 banks have disappeared. And this is the bank crash of pretty much of their money being taken away, and and these banks are closing down and running to the hills pretty much. And it's going to be the same here in America. They said that the crash of the dollar supposed to happen around October. Now, they gave us a month. It could be December or it could be next year, October. Who knows? But it's coming here to America. It's coming here to America. And a lot of people that love to go, get that money back. You trust and believe in your money instead of trusting and believing Yahweh Shai. You're gonna be right along with these people right here. So let me just let you hear the turmoil and these sound that you're about to hear. You're gonna hear here in the United States. So let me just play the sound right quick. Bear with me. And this here is by Little Daval. I think this I don't I should have checked on this here, but Little Daval. And if this happened in America, people would be flying out that building through the window. This will start the purge, and this is the civil unrest. This is the beginning. This when Jacob Trouble really is going to go full throttle. When you mess with people money, and they can't go buy food, they can't live comfortably. I mean, we just had a hurricane here, a Category 1 here in Houston, and the mindset of the people, are crazy. I was talking to a coworker of mine, and he was at the gas station, and Jake always, he's a slickster, and Jake a lot of times don't want order. A lot of times Jake he want chaos. He don't care about nobody else. Kind of just like Esau. You know, and he was telling me that he saw. I mean, it was groups of black guys, like teaming up with other so-called black people. They no kin, not even a friend or whatever, and they pretending to be like where they are part of this, let me paint it another way. Let's say I'm at the pump and some guy he get next to me, start talking to me. I don't know him. He's no related. He's not related to me. He's no friend of mine or whatever. He just come up and start a conversation while you pumping gas in your car. So when you get through pumping your gas in your car and you take off, then he'd go ahead, he have a container in his hand. He probably got a generator or whatever, or he trying to put gas in his car, but he don't want to wait in line. Jake is so fucking impatient. So he'll come up with a deceiving trick and come up to a black man or a black woman and start a conversation. And then when you take off, when you are you already got gas in your car and you take off, then he'll come with his 2 gallon container and slip his card in and start pumping his gas, putting it in his container. And there's plenty of cars behind me trying to get gas, but now he's in front of everybody and he getting gas. Instead of you just waiting just like everybody else, because people were waiting in line for a whole damn hour. Then you have, like I said, you have 2/3 Jake, that don't give a damn. And it almost, well, from what my coworker was telling me, it was almost a fight. You cutting in line, But going back to this here, when you take people money away from them, and if they got hundreds of thousands or millions in the bank or whatever, because this new world order, they trying to set everybody at a $2,000 pay rate every month, and you live in some if you living differently from everybody else, it's gonna be hard as hell for you trying to adapt, towards poverty. To be honest with you, because if you a millionaire or 100,000 there or whatever, now you making 2,000 a month. You're going to take that chip and you're going to get that 2,000 a month, and it's going to be people that's going to go crazy. It's going to be some people that's going to, like the person said, the purge, the beginning, the true beginning of Jacob Trouble. People going to go wild, but wild crazy out there. See, but when they before this chip is mandatory, it's going to be people not having enough, because when you take their money out of their account, now they living from dirt to mouth, having nothing. But the men of Yahweh Shema Shah will, pertaining to Isaiah 65, 13, 14, 15, if I'm not mistaken, and a lot of people don't believe that this is going to happen. A lot of people, to be honest with you, they don't know that World War III, pretty much have already begun. They don't understand that the loss of the dollar is gone, and this is going to happen. They think that America is going to come back through Trump. I mean, that's basically it. Let me just go into the comments right quick. I don't want to make this here too long. Let's see, only Salakia. I'm going to put it on airplane mode. Let's see what this is. And this was just in the spirit. I didn't get time to read over none of this, but just jumping out there. The spirit hit me to do something, so here I am. And this is just recently, right here, 2 hours ago. So this is fresh. T. Lee 610. Only the rich would be doing that. Poor people already know how to survive with nothing. Noodles on the grill would be okay with me. Yeah, you saying that, but it's gonna get worse. I understand what this person's saying, because when you poor, you're gonna make a spread. You're gonna go buy bread, rice, crackers, a bunch of canned goods, like I said, even, that wicked noodles, because we are in the land that our enemy, they defile the food. We're going to eat our food defiled in this land, and you have to survive, you know. Also the Heavenly Father, we know certain food not to eat, just like in the book of Maccabees, the woman with the 7 children. I'd rather die, and my children will too, rather than to eat that swine, you know. But a lot of poor people today, you know, and what I'm talking about poor, I'm talking about living out on the street. If you've been living out on the street 5, 10 years, well, this here ain't gonna bother you, you know. If I take that back, it probably will, because a lot of those homeless people, they know certain spots where they get free food, from certain outreach, centers and stuff like that, where they feed and clothe you and stuff like that. But they're gonna be shut down. So yeah, so they're gonna go through it also when those little what's the word, denties, of being able to get maybe one meal a day. When that is taken away, now, people gonna be out there like the night of the living dead. You know, so people that are rich, it's gonna be hell on you more than a poor man that's living out there on the street, because now you facing riches to rags within seconds. You ain't gonna be able to deal with it. There's gonna be a lot of people unaliving themselves, jumping out windows, just like what that person said. You know, it's gonna be, it's gonna be a lot of deletion. It says here, bombshell 416. Um, it says, if it can happen there, it can happen anywhere. And just like that that C1 99999. I just say that. Where did it happen? Over there in China. Then all of a sudden it spread it all over here. It seemed like whenever something bad happened, and it spread from the east to the west, and our deliverance from Yahweh Bashim Al Shah is going to be shown from the west. Shown from the east to the west. You know, and it's funny how they set it up, but it happened from the east, and then the west going to get it. It spread to the west. And so when we go through this hell, when you look up, make sure you look up towards the east, because our deliverance, our Savior Yahweh Shai is going to deliver us. So look towards the east, keep on praying, keep on moving. Keep the faith. Big bone, big body. Man, I know we ain't witnessing the beginning of the end. Yes, we are. And you praying for it not to happen. You want to continue living in this kingdom. You praying to keep this kingdom alive. You no different from your fathers in the wilderness wanting to go back to Egypt. You trust and believe in this kingdom that is going to get better. You trust and believe in the elites, and if the elites on down to the president, on down to the vice president, on down, to your local government, all this and that. We want out of here. Apostle Gabar told us to pray for the downfall of Babylon. And I just got through doing that this morning, about 3-4 this morning when I got up, and continually going and say it. But you have people, they trust and believe that this country is going to, be delivered. They want to go back to America being America. He have that Isaiah 30 spirit going on with him. Salakia. Let's go there. Hopefully this here will stay. Get some of this stuff out the way. Oh shoot, go here. So he have that Isaiah 30 and 31. You know, woe to the rebellious children, saith the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me. So this guy here with the praying hand, with the praying hand. Oh, come on. Give me 1 second. Shoot. Hopefully nobody don't call in. But anyway, with this guy here with the praying hand, man, I know we ain't witnessing the beginning of the end. Yes, we are. And it's high time to wake up. But this guy here, he trusting and believing and taking counsel and the leaders of Babylon to make it go back to 2018, 2015, 2010. He want to go back to the bullshit. And that cover with a covering, but not of my spirit. He wanna cover the strength of man. The cardinal. The world. He want the world to be what it was 10 years ago. That they may add sin to sin. You going along with the world, you doing everything that the world does. Going back celebrating Christmas, celebrating your birthday. Being a adulterer. Our women being adulterers. No order, no order. Verse 2, that walk to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of, so like, let me read that back over again. To walk, to go down into Egypt and have not asked at my mouth. So they want to march, they want to vote, they want to get on these politicians of why America is not where it once were. Instead of going to his mouth, his prophets, his men out there on the highway and byway, tuning into these videos and getting understanding, but you scoff, you turn your back on us. So when you turn your back on the mouth, you turn your back on the prophet, you turn your back on Yahweh B'Shem Shah. To strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, they believe and wholeheartedly to what these politicians, again, the vice president, he's all ears, to America, to the leaders of America, and to trust in the shadow of evil. He trusts in them. See, we're no different from the poor man versus the articulate man. The articulate man that dressed, nicely, $2,000 shoes, $5,000 suit, with the tie, line up, no beard, and they will trust and believe in him. Let's go to that. That's Ecclesiasticus with 13 and 23, if I'm not mistaken. We'll tell you what, we'll start at 21. A rich man, we'll say the rich man is the people that have power, your politicians and stuff, at least. A rich man beginning to fall is held up of his friends. And this is this young man right here. Salakia. This is this young man right here. And, we're throwing T. 610. If I'm wrong, I don't know these people, but majority of these people on here don't know the truth. So I'm just throwing these people in. People like, I'll say the people like Big Bondi, And so, they will hold up a rich politician, I'm starting this again. A rich man began to fall, is held up of his friend, but a poor man being down and thrust always by his friend. So the poor man is, I'm just giving, and it's like a little metaphor, giving an example. The rich man is the politician, the man with the $2,000 shoes, $5,000 suit, lining, no beard, and he speak eloquency, eloquent, Salakia, and he know how to woo, you know, how to woo the crowd. If I'm saying it right, he know how to, make the crowd feel comfortable. He can control your emotion, woo the crowd with his words. But with a poor man, if he thrusts, but a poor man being down is thrust away by a friend. So we out there pushing the word, but the people, they hate us. The people will mark and scarf and try to, and we'll call the police to hopefully get you shot up. That's the way a lot of people look at the Hebrew Israelite. I'm talking about as a all. Not just GMS, but as a whole. I meant. Let me see. 22. When a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers. So America is falling, but guess what? You still have people going out there voting, still believe that Trump is going to bring America back again. So Trump still have a lot of helpers, just as much as Biden. People still believe in Egypt, believe in these two politicians. One is the current president right now, and the other, he's a former president, and he's trying to get elected again. And people are pretty much holding these men up. Let me read it again. When a rich man is fallen, he has many helpers. Go to CNN and look at how many people go out and watch these men speak. Those are his helpers. He speak things not to be spoken, and yet men justify him. The poor man slip, and yet they rebuke him too. He speak wisely and could have no place. So you have men of Israel, that speak wisely, and sometimes you have men of Israel, they slip up and make an error in their speech. But the one that are speaking wisely, speaking the truth, people hate that, because if you're not coming with that John 3:16 spirit, ain't nobody going to take you in. Ain't nobody going to help you out of your situation. You're going to have people that's going to follow you or get your tags on your car or whatever, and try to pull up your address and do something to you, or get you fired from your job. They don't want you around. They want you, to be unalive. So, we have no place, from no place of, let's say, no place of protection, or no place that people will accept us because of our belief, and it's contrary against their belief. So people don't want, pretty much they don't want you around. Like I said, I'm just using this as an example. The rich man versus the poor man, which is the men out there on the highway and byway, compared to our leaders, politicians, whatever. 23. When a rich man speaketh, every man holdeth their tongue, and look what he says, they exalt it to the cloud. So whenever a rich man talk, the politician, your local government, the Fed, or whoever, that people are praying to make America great again, they take hold. They give all ears, all attention, to to Babylon, because they want Babylon to flourish again, to go back to where it was. But if a poor man, the Israelite man out there, pushing his truth, crying out loud, you know, and not caring about your feelings, telling you, telling the children of Israel of their sin, they hate. So check this out. But if the poor man speak, they say, "What fellow is this?" And if he stumble, they will help to overthrow him. So, you know, they don't love you. They don't want you. They don't care anything about you. And that's good. That's good, because we know that we have the truth, and we know that Esau have not given us this truth. The Heavenly Father brought forth spiritual men, teachers, to teach us the 100% truth of the Bible, which is the men of GMS, the true prophets and teachers of this truth, given to them by Yahweh Bashim Arashai, So one more, and then I'm gonna end it. Just wanna just read a few. Let's see. Research Bank ran. It happened before here. Black folks lost their entire saving back in the day, which is why elders don't trust bank today and keep cash on hand. That was during we call Black Wall Street. They trust and believe in the banking system, and the bankers never did pay so-called black people back, and they took their fortune. I remember that. I remember reading something like that. Yeah, here it is right here. That bank was called the Freeman Saving Bank for former slaves. They created it for them, then spent all their money trying to build railroads, left them with nothing. And the strange thing about it, I'll just keep that to myself. I'll keep that to myself. And so it began. We've been warned for the last 20 years, but y'all call them conspiracy theories. And she could be talking about the Israelites, because Israelites have been around longer than 20 years saying this, So, like I said, that's what Karma Maria 816, Let me see. DKG89. I'm gonna just read it, see what come of this. China is doing this on purpose because the bank in China all held Western bank backing, and were trying to steal money from Chinese economic through bad loans and real estate schemes, like they did here in 2008. But instead of bailing them out like Obama did, China will let them collapse and create their own system, which will be more secure. China for the win. Well, China ain't going to win, because this whole system, this kingdom of America ruling this world, is going to be a new kingdom after this right here. China is not going to be in rulership when Babylon, America, or the beast, Rome, whatever. When this country fall, we're going to be next, and China's not going to be in rulership. We're going to have the kingdom, So that's pretty much it on that. I don't want to make it too lengthy, almost 30 minutes. I'm gonna end it right there. Shalom.